Hello and welcome and hello to the second episode of the Four Wheeled Quinn podcast. I'm your host, Four Wheeled Quinn, and today what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about some of the key secrets to losing weight and having a disability. And we're talking about the key secrets to anybody losing weight, no matter what your circumstance. And we're also going to talk a little bit about some faith stuff and a little bit about some nerdy stuff, so stick with me. So first up, we're going to talk about some key factors to losing weight if you're in any situation. Since losing almost 100 pounds after getting sober, I always get this question of, Quentin, how do you lose weight? Quentin, how do I lose weight if I'm in a wheelchair? Quentin, how do I lose weight? Well, I have a few key answers, and my first answer is it's not easy. It's not an easy process, and it's not going to be overnight at all. Imagination. It's not going to be something that you're going to just change a few minor things and the weight's going to come off. It's going to be a major lifestyle change. And that's the first thing I'll say is that it has to be a whole lifestyle change. It has to be a mind, body, and spirit change. And you're ready to accept a new life. That's the only way you're going to lose weight and keep it off. It's easy to start these diets and think that you're gonna lose this weight, and maybe you will. But if you don't change your whole lifestyle around the weight loss, then it's just gonna come back once you start repeating the inevitable behaviors that you had in the first place. So my first suggestion to anybody wanting to lose weight is just get your mind wrapped around the idea of wanting to lose weight, not just for any superficial reason, for yourself, for your health, for your life moving forward. So that's my first tip on trying to lose weight. The second tip is a pretty standard tip, but just diet. Now, people use keto and people use all sorts of other diets, carnivore, paleo, all these different avenues that you can go down. My number one recommendation for losing weight and gaining muscle is just track your food. Track your food, track your calories. I know a lot of people, when they hear about calorie restriction, they don't like the idea of that. But the thing is, calorie restriction and counting your protein can be such a key way that you can lose weight and gain muscle. For one, sometimes you'll be surprised about how much you can fit in to your calories, your daily amount of calories. So some days you're not restricting much at all. And the one thing I love after almost over 2 years of counting calories is the fact that you can fit pretty much anything into your diet if you budget enough. You want to have the weekly cheat day. You want to have a slice of pizza or two, or maybe even a beer if you enjoy that. You can work that into your daily calories and not fret about it. You can treat yourself and still feel good about yourself, still feel like you're working towards your goal. Now, tracking calories, you can do it multiple different ways. The way that I would recommend the most, and I'm not sponsored by this company at all, is a company called MyFitnessPal. They have an app available on the App Store, and it's an amazing resource if you want to lose some weight and track your food and track your protein. It is on the pricier side just a little bit. So that'd be my number 2 recommendation if you want to lose weight. Number 3, this isn't a hard one, but get up and get active. I prefer to go in the gym and knock out some lifting of weights and stuff like that, but that's not everybody's cup of tea, and I acknowledge that, So whether it's getting on a bike, whether it's just taking a walk, just get up and do something. If you can't get up out of your wheelchair, then do something physical and active for yourself so you can get some more activity and get some more calories burned. Because at the end of the day, losing weight is a simple equation. If you burn more calories than you take in, you will lose weight. Now, some people do that through unhealthy methods, and I don't recommend that. If you want to gain muscle and lose weight, there has to be some type of give and take. You're not going to gain muscle and become Arnold Schwarzenegger by cutting your calories down and not eating anything. Just like you're not going to be like this amazing athlete if you eat too much. The equation, you have to find the right balance for you, which is another one of my recommendations. Is find the right team to help you lose weight. Whether it's people that you hire, whether it's your doctor or somebody, find some accountability in your life to help you want to lose weight and keep that off. I don't know who that is in your life, and I don't know who I'd recommend for you, but I myself have personal trainers, I have physical therapists, I have nutritionists that I've seen, and I have doctors that are all looking out for my best interests and looking out for my physical health. Now, my number 3 recommendation, which might be the most important one, is to find your team and find people that can help out your situation and that will encourage you through this process. So that's my 3 recommendations right there. Well, 4 if you count the last one. But all I'm saying is, overall, this has to be a change in your life. This has to be a lifestyle total overhaul. Like, you have to be ready to throw away the past you and embrace a whole new circumstance in this life. And really, don't we owe that all to ourselves? Don't we owe ourselves enough that we should be able to do this for ourselves? Have the determination, have the heart, have the guts, have the glory. You know, it reminds me of a quote from Rocky in which Mick says that you have to have the heart to be a champion, pretty much. And I don't know what movie that is. In fact, I'm just pulling that out of my butt. But it's true, though. You have to have the heart to be the champion. You have to have the mind, the will, the body, and the spirit to be the champion. Because this is a Rocky quote. It's not a matter of how hard you get hit. It's not a matter of how hard you hit. It's a matter of how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. So that lifestyle has to go throughout your whole daily living. Okay, that motto has to drive you. You know, you have to take the negative with the good. You have to take the good with the bad. And really use that to motivate you and change your life. Next up, we're talking some faith stuff. So yeah, I've still been doing that devotional. It's still been pretty good. I've still been loving it. Just don't lose hope. Man, it's just amazing. The other day, I got such a sign from God from that devotional. Was crazy. So the other day, I opened up the devotional, and the biblical quote from that devotional for the day is the verse that's on my tattoo. So the verse that's on my arm is Matthew 17:20, and that verse says that with the faith of a mustard seed, you can make a mountain move, you can tell it to go here or there. And in this chapter of the devotional, the guy was talking about miracles, and whether miracles happen all the time when you pray for them. And so his answer was no, they don't always happen every single time you pray for them, but it's a matter of keeping the faith, because as long as you have the faith as small as a mustard seed, you can make a mountain move, you can do incredible things in this life if you have the smallest amount of faith, not only in God, but faith in yourself, faith in life, faith to move forward. So I encourage you to find something to believe in. Whether you want to be a religionist and you want to be a Christian, I would encourage that. But if you want, just find your own path to believe in yourself. It doesn't have to be the same path for everybody. I believe in Christianity, and I will till the day I die. But just find something that motivates you. Find something that you can identify with. Find something that calls to you. And I really do hope that if you crack open the pages of a Bible, something calls to you. Because that's what happens to me. Every single time I open up a Bible, something calls to me. I get a message. I feel the spirit within those pages. And I think that if more people took the time to really crack it open and get down deep, I think it would resonate with a lot more people than they think it would. I really do. So I'm really looking forward to reading that devotional today. I'm going to get in bed after the long day of work, after the long day in the gym. So I really hope that you can find something that resonates within you and resonates within your life. And I really hope that something can be Jesus. But on to some fandom stuff. So today we're talking about the state of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So recently I saw the movie Ant-Man and Wasp. And I thought to myself, Quinn, that movie was freaking great. That was a great film. You know, I almost passed this up because of the reviews it got on Rotten Tomatoes. And it made me think about the whole state of media in general and how wrapped up we are in other people's opinions. Now, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that nowadays people go to Google or people try to find other people's opinions before they make their own about things, especially when it comes to art. One prime example of this is Black Adam. Now, there's no secret that I am a huge Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fan. I may or may not confirm the fact that I have a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson poster on my wall in my home. But I'm saying Black Adam was a pretty darn good motion picture. It wasn't an Oscar-winning motion picture by any means, but it was a pretty darn good motion picture. And it got a horrible score on Rotten Tomatoes, which could have possibly led to a whole DC reboot that nobody asked for. So it made me start to wonder, are we really forming our own opinions on this stuff? Or are we just going by what it says on Google, or what it says on Rotten Tomatoes, or what it says on IMDb? Have we lost the attention span as a culture to give something 2 hours worth of our time just to form our own opinion? Have we lost sight of the fact that movies are made to entertain? They're not made to gatekeep. They're not made to be this toxic environment in which it's created. Now, I think the MCU, if you can say nothing else about the MCU, you can say that it's fun. You can at least admit that it's fun to some degree. Now, I think the MCU hit a rough patch after Endgame, and I'll be the first to admit that. But I think they have the potential with Secret Wars and all the different avenues they're going to go down with multi-dimensions and stuff, that they have the potential to be even better than Endgame. I most am looking forward to Deadpool 3. I think the combination of Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, as Deadpool and Wolverine, I think that will be amazing. I think they have great chemistry on and off set. So I think that will be an amazing movie in terms of that. But I also think it will be amazing in terms of if they go through with the plot that they're saying, where they're going to travel through the multiversal dimensions and go into the other movies. Like, if they go into the Fantastic Four universe, take my money. I'm done. If they go into the 2000s Fantastic Four universe and they have Michael Chiklis as an orange rubber blob, that would be awesome. I always thought that role was extremely underrated. I didn't mind the Fantastic Four movies when I was a kid. Michael Chiklis, I thought he did amazing. The dude who played Reed Richards, I thought he did a good job. Chris Evans as Human Torch, I honestly liked him better as the good old Cap. But, I think if he made an appearance as Human Torch, it'd be pretty funny. I think the MCU is one of those things that will never quite die out. I think it's so ingrained in our culture after nearly 20 years of development that I think it will be hard to shake that in terms of pop culture as a whole. And I don't want it to be shooken because I love superheroes. So I'm really looking forward to anything that they can offer in the future. And I'm really looking forward to the state of Marvel as a whole. I've been catching up with the MCU on Disney Plus. I think the shows have all been pretty solid. Even She-Hulk. I thought She-Hulk was pretty fun, but the one thing I didn't like about She-Hulk was the ending. The last episode, how they built up this whole story arc, just kind of take it away. And I get that it was funny, but at the same time, it made it seem kind of pointless. So that's the only thing I didn't like about She-Hulk. But other than that, I think the MCU shows are pretty solid. I think most of the MCU movies have been pretty solid. There's some sneakers out there. For every No Way Home, you got an Eternals, I feel like, in Phase 5. So, but I'm really looking forward to the state of Marvel for years to come. I'm in this for the long game, you know what I'm saying? I'm in this for the long haul, for the Happy Gilmore long drive, you know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, though, I'm going to wrap up this podcast for the day. I've been Four Wheeled Quinn. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook /Four Wheeled Quinn. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope wherever you're at listening to this, I hope that you keep on keeping on, because like Joe Dirt said, life's a garden, dig it. Alright, peace out.